guys, I thought we'd look at Try Not to Breathe today. There was a request for this in the R.E.M lesson section. If you have any requests yourself, pop them in the section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. It's a pretty basic song, this one. It's mainly it's the rhythm which is the tricky bit. It's picking that up and then the chord changes. You've got to be quite quick on your chord changes, but apart from that, it's fairly simple. I should be back doing lessons pretty frequently now, as you can probably tell. I'm back in Manchester again. So I'll be looking at getting Wednesday and Friday lessons up all the time. Maybe some covers in there as well. So if you hit the subscribe button, you can keep up to date with everything coming out. Cool, let's get into this track. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to look at is the rhythm for the verse and the chorus. We'll take a D chord, just so it sounds nice. And we've got these 16th notes. So we're going to go 1, 2, E and down, down, up, down, up. And then it's the same 3, 4, E and So all the way through 1, 2, E and 3, 4, E and And we've got a little bit of an accent, so a louder strum on the 1 and the 3. Just to make it sound a little bit better. Okay. If you were to look at, if we throw in the chords of the verse, we're going to have D, then A minor, and they're going to share a bar. We'll talk about that in a second. C and G are going to share a bar. Then we have D sus4, which is going to share a bar with A minor, and then C and G are going to share a bar. So what I mean by that is it's going to go 1, 2, E, and then we jump to A minor, 3, 4, E, and then we had C and G. So the chord changes are a little bit quicker. So just slowly build your speed up till you've got the speed, but just take your time with it, there's no rush. Then we've got D sus4, so from G we're going to go to D, and you can just leave your little finger down. So you've got that G on the E string. And we're going to do that on half a bar of A minor. Then C and G again. So the verse all the way through. I like to do a little pull off on that D sus4, so I'll go from the G. So just on that first beat, just pull your little finger down and you can get that pull off. You can do a little bit of a variation by doing a push rhythm, so changing on the up, so it would be changing on the 1, 2, E and changing to the A minor there. Just adds it up a bit if you get a bit bored of playing the same thing over and over again. Then we're going to go into the chorus, same rhythm, 2 bars of A minor. Then 2 bars of C. And just play that bit a little bit quieter, just to help with the ear. So it's the I want you to remember. G and D sharing bars, just like we did in the verse. Then it goes back to the A minors, nice and quiet again. 2 bars of them, and then this time we jump straight back into the G and the D. Those half bars of those. Try and get that change of volume, so you've got the quiet A minors and the C's and then the loud G and D. Just gives it a bit more punch. And then it keeps varying between, as the chorus gets longer and longer through the song, it varies between with the C and without the C. So just kind of use your ear a bit to listen to that. It's good practice, and you can work it out which one's which. Usually they sort of interchange, so it does one with a C and one without the C. And then the last bit is the bridge, which it's kind of the same rhythm. It's very quiet, it's in the background. I've just changed it up a little bit just to kind of make it a little bit more interesting, but you can play the same rhythm. We're basically playing the same rhythm, I'm just taking out that down strum, the second down strum. So it'd be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. I find it easier to count kind of like an uneven 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... But you can keep using that 16th note count if you prefer. And then there's only one thing to add in there. If we take an E minor chord, which is the first chord, we have 2 bars of E minor, 2 bars of A minor, 2 bars of E minor, 2 bars of A minor, 2 bars of C. And then we strum, it will jump back into the verse. But there's a little hammer-on he does, which is going to be our middle finger on the E minor. So it's going to be just a normal E minor for the first one, down, up, down, up. Then when you do the next down strum, do a hammer-on of your middle finger. And then do it again, then do it again, so it sounds like this. Then we go to A minor, no hammer on for the first one, then hammer on, and what we're going to do is we're going to do our ring finger this time, hammering on in the A minor. Back to E minor, back to E minor, A minor, sorry. So there's no hammer on there, I'll just do that bit again. So coming in from the last E minor, then C. And what I like to do is start building, just kind of throw in a few extra up and downs and start building the volume so you're back into the verse. And that's pretty much the whole song. It's just playing around with the different volumes and tempos, and getting that hammer on just to give a little bit of variation can make it a little bit more interesting. We'll quickly go through the intro. If you're playing on your own, it sounds a little bit strange if you just throw the intro out, but it's nice if you're playing along with the record. We're going to go, it's like A minor pentatonic kind of stuff. On the 5th fret, first position. We're going to go sliding into the 7th fret on the G. So ring finger, slide in. You slide from the 5th, or you can slide from anywhere. Then come across to 7 on the D with your middle finger. Then you're going to go 4th fret of the D, slide up to the 5th, slide back to the 4th. And then it's 5th fret of the A to finish that first phrase. Starts the same way, slide into the 7th fret of the G, hit the 7th fret on the D, come up to the 7th fret of the B, slide up to the 8th, slide back. Then we come to the 5th fret of the B, 7th fret of the G. So the second phrase. So the whole thing. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that one. As I say, it's not too complicated, it's just kind of getting used to the speed and the little rhythm things, and you can play around with it like we talked about. As I said before, comments, subscriptions, all those things, if you could do that, that's wonderful. And if you've got any requests, pop them in below and I'll get back to you. Cool, I'll see you next time.